What's up, guys? Thank you so much for joining me for part two. Last part got cut off. Also, it was very long, so I decided to do two parts here. This is part two now of my journey as a professional footballer, as a footballer in general. I literally went from when I was first starting in soccer when I was 4 years old. It was actually here in Jacksonville, Florida, a little bit south of here in St. Augustine, but here in Florida. And, going through that whole process from the age of 4 all the way to 10, going in and out of different sports and learning a little bit of something about every single sport and how it's played and the requirements physically, I realized that soccer was the sport for me. I really like being healthy, right? I like being healthy, and this is no knock on other sports, but I was playing other sports and I was coming back to soccer and I just was not fit, right? So I in my head, I said, you know what? Soccer's for me. Soccer's the game, right? So then I went 10,000% into soccer. Something I was thinking about after the video was the idea of leveling up. Okay? Now let me explain leveling up, right? So when I was 4 years old playing soccer, it was fun, exciting, brand new. I didn't really know anything about soccer. I was like, oh, you have a ball. Don't touch it with your hands. Kick it in the other team's goal. Don't let it go in your goal. Right? Very simple stuff, right? Very simple stuff. What I'm realizing now, I'm 25 years old right now. Okay, so it's been 21 years. It's been 21 years since my first game of soccer. 21 years. What I'm realizing now is that it's the same thing. It's the same. We got to get back to that mindset. We got to get back to the simplicity mindset. That's why the saying is, simplicity is genius, right? That's why the saying is, simplicity is genius. Get back to that 4-year-old mindset. Too many times right now, and I've gone through it, where is my diet correct? If my diet's not correct, I can't play well. If my diet's not correct, I can't train as hard as I want to train. I can't recover like I want to recover. Recovery time, how much should I sleep? How much should I do cryotherapy? How much should I do athletic training and physical therapy and all this stuff? How much should I train? What should I train? Is this the correct technique and all that stuff? And that's all just noise at the end of the day. It's all noise at the end of the day. At the end of the day, what am I asking you to do? Get the ball in the other team's goal, keep it out of your goal, and don't touch it with your hands, right? Get back to the simple mindset. Get back to the simple mindset and then build from there. Now, I know I started with this with levels. So here, I'm going to go back to it. Here, levels. Get this. Levels. Right? So I was 4 and I realized, get the ball in the other goal. Don't let it go in your goal. Use only your feet. Don't use your hands. Right? That was level 1. Some of you guys need to get back to level 1 and build up again. Sometimes you just need to go all the way back and then build up again. That's where you need to start that base. Level 2 was when I moved from Florida. At the age of 10, I moved from Florida to Georgia, to North Georgia, to a club called Forsyth Fusion. I met some of my closest friends. Daniel Johnson was on the IG Live recently. Played for Chicago Fire, played at Maryland, played at Louisville in college. Was at West Ham as a young kid. A player who, I still look up to. And I would continue to look up to. Absolute baller, shot caller. But I met him there. When I was 10 years old, that's when I met him, right? And I had a great coach as well, Coach Karim. And it was a level up. I was 10 years old. Okay, now I'm actually going to training sessions where coaches are actually showing me moves, showing me skills that I'm going to use in the game, right? And I realized at that point that I had a little bit of something. I had a little bit of talent. I had the passion for it. And I would come and I was always looking for something new, something that I could do better. And I'll never forget it. There was a kid who came, and he was from Brazil, and he was being hosted by Coach K. And every single day I would come to training. I would come super early, 2 hours early, because my dad had to be there early and we lived pretty far away. So I come early, 2 hours early for training. And this Brazilian kid would just run around the field for those 2 hours, he would just run. He would just run. And I looked at that and I said, okay, I'm going to try that. So I started running. And then I started running every single day before training. I would run. Now, you guys got to understand. You guys got to understand this before I continue. It's not about the running. It's not about the running. It's not about the endurance. And it's not about the anaerobic fitness. And it's not about the VO2 max. If you're at Bayern Munich, if you're at Juventus, if you're at Arsenal, if you're at the big clubs, worry about VO2 max. Okay? Worry about VO2 max and all your low numbers and stuff like that, because now you're trying to get into that 0.5% better than the other team. Right now, you're not there. So focus on the basics. Focus on the mind. Your mind's not in the correct place. Your mind's not in the right place. Right? And if it is in the right place, get it stronger. Get it stronger. Like, if you're doing bench press or curls or squats or whatever, and you have the form down, that's good. Let's start adding some weight. Let's start adding some power, some intensity, right? So let me go back. It's not about the running. When I was 10 years old and I was watching this Brazilian guy run around the field over and over and over and over again with his iPod in, and I said, I need to do that. I need to do that because I need to do something. I need to do something that's a little bit extra, right? And it's not about the running. It's not about the running. It's cultivating the work ethic. So whether you're doing the correct thing perfectly or you're not doing the correct thing, but you're doing something, Because if you don't do anything, you're still doing something. It's just complete. That is the only way to be wrong. The only way to be wrong is to do nothing. The only way to be incorrect is to do nothing. So if you're lifting weights and you're 11 years old, stop asking me, should I lift weights or should I not lift weights? Just do it and figure it out. You're not going to die, okay? You're not going to die. Just do something. Just do something. Whether that's yoga, whether that's push-ups and sit-ups before training, whether that's rehab, prehab, whatever you do, do something. I was 10 years old and I watched this kid run around. And I was like, okay, I'm going to start doing that. I started running, okay? I started running every single day, okay? I started running every day before training. It actually didn't help me that much. It actually hurt me a little bit. But that's the beginning of me working hard. That's the beginning of the hard work, right? So I get there 2 hours early. That's number one. Get there early. Get there early. Wherever you're going, to the gym, to training, get there early. Number two is put in the work. Whatever it is, I don't care if it's the perfect thing. I don't care if the scientist told you to do it or didn't tell you to do it or told you that it's the devil if you do this. I don't care. Do something. Do something. So I'm running, right? I'm running and I'm cultivating this work ethic. Every single day I'm going on work and I'm running and I'm working. This leads up to me at the age of 13. At the age of 13, we ended up moving, right? We ended up moving from North Georgia to South Georgia near Atlanta, right? And this was a step up. It's a step up, right? Now we get into the realm of, now I have a group of coaches around me that are pushing me every single day, right? They see the technique, they see the level, they see that I'm a little bit more athletic than everyone else, and now I'm moving up. Okay, so I take that work ethic and I bring it over, and I come over now, and now I'm 13 years old, and now it's time for ODP. Now, anyone who doesn't know about ODP, it's just kids from your state, the best kids from your state. You're trying out for this team. It's the best kids from your state, right? And so for me, this was a step up. Can I be the best player? Can I be one of the best players in the state? Can I be one of the best players in the state? And I came in, and just seeing the level of everyone in the state really took me to another level, right? So I was so geared up that I was like, you know what? I need to work harder than everyone else, and I need to really push. I came in as a forward, right? I made the team, came in as a forward because I was playing forward for my club, right? Came in, did okay, whatever. What the coach said, you know what? I want to play you a right back. I don't know if forward's for you. I want to play you a right back. And I said, okay. So move me to right back. I absolutely loved it. But in my head, I was like, you know what? I need to get a little bit fitter. And I need to get a little stronger. So my mom, who is an exercise physiologist, wrote me a program for that summer. For that summer, what you do is you take the best players from your state and you play against other states in your region. You try to make the region team, right? So for me, this was like the World Cup, right? The World Cup. So I had my mom write me a program. This program was on point, learning about sprinting technique, and it got me faster. I was lightning fast. I was lightning fast for that region camp, right? Came in, I made these things called pool games. So you go with your state to play against other states. And every night they pick out a group of players who played really well that day, and they put them in the night game, and everyone watches the night game, right? I made 2 of those, 2 out of 3. And I was like, oh, this is it. I love it. I love this atmosphere. This is the atmosphere I want to be at. And it was good, right? And it was cool. And I ended up making a thing, the reserves, right? I wasn't actually on the region team, but I was on the reserves, right? The following year, and this changed my life. There's been moments in my life that's, really pivoted, and it really made a point in my life that this is what I need to be doing, or this is not what I need to be doing, right? The next summer, getting ready for region camp, again, this is the year that I should make it. This is the year that I should get over that hump and actually start pushing for that national team, right? I took the summer off. I didn't train for some reason, and I look back and I don't know why. I didn't train like I did the year before. I didn't work hard. I didn't have a program ready to go for that summer. I went and I didn't make a single pool game. I played like absolute crap. And that's when it all clicked. That's when it all clicked. This is who I am. If I don't work hard, I'm not going to make it. If I don't work hard, I'm not going to make it. I don't have natural talent. I don't have some special gift. I'm not blessed by the gods. I'm not. If I don't work hard, I'm not going to make it. If I don't work hard, I'm not going to make it. It all clicked. The following year, I put in work, man. I put in work. I worked hard. I played academy that year. 14 years old, playing academy at the U16 level. Doing pretty well, and then I play down with my team a little sometimes, and I dominate there. And it was one of those things when it all came together perfectly. It all came together, perfect storm. I was ready for region camp. This was the year, and I had a couple coaches tell me that, hey, you should really be making the region team this year. This should be it. This should be the go. This should be when you really push on, really push on. 13 years old, I go in, just turned 14. And I go to the region camp. Region camp's coming up. So we had an event in Florida that January, leading up to region camp. January in the spring break time is when we go for our camp. We have a camp in Florida. And I went, had a hurt ankle, but I balled out. Played with the top team, balled out, right? Captain of the team, balled out. That whole season, played well. Summer comes. This is the year. Go time. This is the year when I really push on and, don't look back. Right? I have appendicitis. I have to have surgery over the summer, and I'm done for the summer. Heartbroken, right? Heartbroken. This is the year. This is the year that I'm supposed to push on and make it. Done for the summer. Shut down. Okay. One of my very good friends, Casey Schultes, he actually went in my place and actually did really well. Made the region camp and all that stuff, and I'm super happy for him. It's crazy how, one door closes, another door opens, even for someone else. And it's like, if there's anyone else I would rather have that happen, it's him, man. So one of your boys. So that's good, but I'm laying in a hospital bed and I can't play, right? I can't play. I'm laying in bed. I can't play. But even then, this is actually looking back now. This is actually when I started getting into video analysis, and it's crazy. I was in bed for about 2 months, and that might be a little bit more than everyone thinks that you should. But I wanted to make sure 1,000% that I was good to go. I did not want any more setbacks. I was making sure I was good to go. I laid in bed for 2 months, rested, 2 months, came back, what I've been doing is I've been watching soccer religiously. Soccer and actually playing video game and playing FIFA. Watching Ronaldinho, I really liked him at the time for some reason. I thought I was a center attacking mid, which is cool. I started watching videos religiously, playing video games religiously, over and over and over and over and over again. When I came back, my touch my touch was on point. When I came back, let me go over this again. Let me go through this again. I watched video and I played video games. I watched video and I played video games. When I came back, my touch was on point. My passing was on point. I'd been out for 2 months. 2 months. Think about this. You guys who say, oh, I can't take a day off. I can't take a day off. When I come back, I'm so rusty. It's because your mind is rusty. It's because your mind is rusty. If you're watching film, if you're injured, I'm talking to players who are injured right now. If you're injured, you got to be studying film. You have to be. That is part of the rehab process. Stop this. Because I was injured last season. I broke my shoulder. I was going in for rehab. I was in there for about 2 hours a day. And I would come home. And I was done for the day. I had 22 hours left in the day. You got to be studying video. You got to be studying film. You got to be keeping the mind sharp. The mind can keep playing. Your body is done, but your mind can keep playing. You must continue watching film if you are injured. You have to. You have to. You have to. So when I was injured, when I was in bed for 2 months, I watched film every single day. I played video games every single day. When I came back, my touch was on point. My touch was on point. My passing was on point. My brain was on point. Now, my body was rough, right? My body was rough. Obviously, my body was rough. I needed to put in extra work, and I did every single day. But when I came back, my touch was on point. My passing was on point. My mind was on point. My touch was on point. My passing was on point. And my mind was on point, right? Why? Because I was studying. I was studying the game. I was watching film. My mind was still in the game, even though my body was shut down. My mind was still in the game, but my body was shut down. You have to understand this fact. And what actually happened to me was I realized this doesn't just happen when you're injured. This happens all the time. So I started studying film. I started studying film religiously. It's crazy. It's crazy. The lessons you learn through the hardship. So the year before, I didn't make the region team, and I didn't even make a pool game because I didn't work hard that summer. So what did I do? From then on, I worked hard. I worked harder than anyone else. As I went through high school, I was the hardest working player in the country, bar none. Ask any of my teammates. I was the hardest working player in the country. 4:30 every single morning for 4 years. I trained probably 5 times a day for 4 years. Hard work after that, because I knew, I was like, it's not going to happen to me again. If I don't make it, it's because I'm not good enough. Not because I didn't work hard enough. If I don't make it, I'll repeat this again for you. If I do not make it, it's because I wasn't good enough. Not because I didn't work hard enough. That's something I can live with. Oh, you don't think I'm good enough? Fine. That's your opinion. That is your opinion. But if you tell me I don't work hard enough, then I know you're lying. I know you're lying because I am the hardest working player here. I'm the hardest working player in this country. So those are the lessons I learned when I was younger. And I'm going to come out with a part 3 because this is already 20 minutes. But I really appreciate you guys tuning in. And I'll get back to you with the part 3. I hope you guys learned a lot from this. Make sure you're writing this stuff down, guys. Make sure you're writing this stuff down. Because at the end of the day, when you look back at it and you look at it again and you understand it and understand why video analysis is so important, why working hard is so important, why going all the way back to the basics is so important, then it starts changing your mindset. You start looking at the game completely different. Looking at the game as this complex system, this complex, you move here, I move here, you move there. It's not how it is. That's not how it is. It's pass, move. Pass, move. That's it. That's it. Find the space. Find space. I'm looking for space. Where's the space? Oh, it's over here. I'm going over there. Go stand in the space. When the defender moves, then I go back into another space. It's simple. It's simple, guys. It's simple. Once you start breaking everything down into bare minimum parts, you get this very clear picture of the game. That's what video analysis is. That's what self-evaluation is. That's what all the things I teach is. I'm trying to make the game simple for you guys. I'm trying to simplify the game. So again, I appreciate you guys tuning in, and the part 3 is coming very soon. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.